This past summer, I went to the Overland Expo, Pacific Northwest in Redmond, Oregon, and when I got there, I discovered that my motorcycle's chain slider had broken in half. So I put out the call to everybody, help. 911 bike is broken, and the one person of many who came through was Brian Price of Atomic Moto. He ordered the part, paid for the part, had the part delivered to his house overnight, and then brought it to me at the fairgrounds. And now I paid him back, but Brian, again, thank you so much. While I was installing the part, Brian and I got to talking about motocross boots. Brian wanted me to try the Gaerne SG12. Now these boots are $500 and $600. They're stupid expensive. I will tell you, these were probably the same price, worth every penny, every penny. But I've never tried that just because they're so expensive. I can't just go out and buy all these different products for you guys to try, or for you guys to see me try. Let me put it that way. Brian wants me to try these boots really bad. He says they're way more protective and they're just as comfortable, or almost as comfortable. So he sent me a pair, free of charge, with one string attached, that I do a review on the boots. My agreement with him was that, well, okay, well, what if I hate them? What if I can't? What if the buckles suck? What if they're not comfortable at all? What if, you know, blah, 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 I don't like them. And he said that was fine. Just be honest, but understand that his philosophy is that you should have as much protection first, comfort second. We'll figure comfort out later with, I don't know, drilling holes in it. I don't know. My philosophy on that is, yeah, I definitely need the protection, but I'm going to wear these things a week, 2 weeks at a time. They damn well better be comfortable. So we agreed to disagree on that little bit, but he sent me a set of boots, and we're going to open them up. I'm going to try them on. I'm going to get on the dirt bike and ride them around, because that's what they are after all. They're motocross boots. And I'm going to throw them on the Honda and maybe go for a little ride there and walk around in them a lot, just to see how comfortable they are. But I'm going to put it through their paces and compare them to these, the CD TA3. Man, I'll put it up somewhere when I figure out what these boots are called. And the CD Adventure 2s, which are not even a thing in my book. They're just way too hikey boot. And all right, anyways, I'm going to shut up now. Let's open it up and let's see what these things look like. Let's see what Brian sent me. So these are the G12s in magnesium, gray magnesium and white. And oh, he sent me a note. He sent me a socks. Oh, look at these guys. Interesting. So gray, white, and I guess if a baby dragon had its first poop, that's about what color that would be. It's kind of a greenish, goldish. I have no idea. It's definitely not magnesium though. Oh, they're nice. There they are. And another thing he sent me was a pair of socks. He didn't like my darn tough socks. I won't hold that against him. All right, again, Brian's idea is that the very most important thing should be protection and then comfort. And while I agree with him to a point, if they're not comfortable, you're not going to wear them. And if you're miserable after a week wearing the boots, then you're really going to be miserable. Having said that, this boot compared to my Crossfire, my poor beat up old Crossfires, the very first thing you notice is that the Crossfires have an awful lot of parts going on, right? I don't know. You see how many screws are involved? That means all this stuff is replaceable, which is awesome, but I haven't had to replace anything, and I still have to carry these screws around with me. So that's one of the nice things about the Gaerne. Ooh, and this is sticky. I mean, this is actual rubber sticky stuff, Now the shin plate here is replaceable. I seem to have some nice buckles on. The buckles are screwed in, so they're replaceable as well. I wonder if you could replace just this big ugly green piece. Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too picky. Again, if you remember, what kicked this whole thing off was my review of the CD Adventure 2, and how in that review I said they are super comfortable boots, but I would not wear them adventure riding, and it's just right, there's no ankle protection here whatsoever. In fact, when I tip this over, it caves in on the ankle. Unless you've got steel braced boots on, right, and you try to flex your ankle like this, it's always going to bend. It's just plastic. But this offers absolutely almost no protection. There's some there, right? It's better than your barefoot. I wear these when I go for groceries, when I'm just putting around on dirt roads that aren't technical whatsoever. Your wife's Subaru could take it easy on gravel roads and stuff, but otherwise I don't wear these on my adventures. They're just not an adventure level protection boot I think everybody should have. So in my opinion, the best adventure boots are motocross boots. If you can find a pair that is comfortable on your foot, that you can wear all day without any hot spots, that's exactly what you're looking for, right? So I can bend these, but it takes a good little bit of force to do it. And these are pretty well broken in too, by the way. I have hit logs with these things. I've hit rocks with these things. I've had my bike come down on my ankle on these things. And while it's not going to prevent the complete bending, it has enough armor on either side that it spreads the force out. Kind of like elbow protectors, chest protectors do the same thing. Your boots do this exact same thing. And these things are stupid comfortable. But if you look at it, again, there's a million parts to this boot, and it's kind of heavy, although I don't really worry about the weight because I'm not walking around in them. The G12s, number one, wow, it's lighter. Number two, oh my God. Okay. I can't actually bend this boot unless I smash it. Wow, holy crap. So protection-wise, hands down, this thing is much, much stiffer. From the side, I can't really crush it either. Okay, up here it gives a little bit. So protection-wise, the G12 has got it all over the Crossfire. Again, sticky on the side, fewer parts. I'm really digging this boot so far. I haven't tried it on yet, so remember, if I can't wear it all day, I'm just not going to wear it. So it has to be comfortable. Something some of y'all might be worried about is how well you can manipulate your foot controls, your brake, and especially shifting. And I'll tell you right now, you will learn to use your whole leg, your whole foot to shift, and it won't become a problem if you take the time to figure out how to do that. I have size 11 feet. He sent me a size 10 and a half. I'm going to wear these. I'm going to put on his Climb vented socks he sent me because he was nice enough to send them to me, and we'll see how comfortable they are, and then we'll walk around, then we'll go for a ride, okay? So I slipped the left one on, and one of the things I immediately noticed is that down in here around the ankles, it has memory foam. And wow, as soon as you put it on, the memory foam just kind of molds to your ankle bone on both sides. And it feels really good. Oh, huh. I might have a new favorite boot. Oh, nice, so nice. The next biggest differentiator between any of the boots, Alpenstar and these guys and the CDs, are the buckles and how the buckles go on. And I can tell you without a doubt, Alpenstar has the buckle game won, hands down. Their buckles go on easy, they stay shut. They're pretty amazing. The CD buckles I do not like, right? This is their buckle. Can you see how it's got little pointy ends and they're short? They don't have a lot of leverage, and that pointy end when you're trying to get this thing in there and snap down kind of hurts. On the plus side though, I've never had a buckle pop open while I was riding, ever. They're pretty solid. These guys close super easy, but they don't have a positive, well, that one did. They don't seem to like have a positive click to them when they go down. Oh, well, there we go. Maybe I just don't have them adjusted. All right, but they close easy. I just got to figure out why that one won't stay shut. Maybe it's just not tight enough. Maybe it's too tight. All right, anyways, I got to play around with this one to figure out why this buckle won't. It goes, right? But it's just kind of, it's just there. Boots are on, and wow, they're pretty flexy front and back. Like I thought they'd be insanely stiff, but they're not. They're definitely stiffer than the Crossfires, but they're not too bad. And walking around, at the moment, they feel okay. I think the Crossfires are a little bit wider. Oh, these are 10.5. That's right. These are 11. Well, no, these are 10.5 too. Huh. All right, not bad. All right, I'm gonna go for a walk, and then you and I are gonna go for a ride. All right, I guess I better go put my motorcycle gear on, right? At GAT, all the gear all the time. Like it's gonna rain on me. So here's the other thing about wearing motocross boots when you are adventure riding. A lot of the time you're going to end up standing up on your pegs. And if you're going to do that for a while, you want a boot that has a really stiff sole so that you can stand anywhere on that peg and your whole foot is supported. If your soles are too soft, and that makes them great for walking, it makes them kind of crap for standing on your pegs all day. With motocross boots, the soles are stiff, you can stand up. When you take that hit, your whole foot takes the hit. You can stand on the ball of your feet where you should be standing anyways, and move your feet forward to do your controls. I've been wearing these now for a couple weeks, mostly on the KTM, although I had to get a chance to ride the brand new Ducati Desert X in these. And they did just fine. But again, I've been wearing them for a couple weeks now. They've gotten a little more flexy in the ankle, but the toe box is not going to break in. This thing is solid plastic from edge to edge and from top to bottom. So what I'm finding is that they are not as comfortable on my foot as the CDs. The CDs are, again, a much wider toe box. So to answer the question, are these the ultimate adventure bike? Let's look at the pluses and minuses before I get into that. So on the plus side, they are so far the most protective boot that I have ever tried on. They have pretty good ankle flex. The buckles are okay. They shed water. I went through a couple creek crossings, and where the CDs just seem to get splashed on and the water goes instantly inside the boot, these actually don't leak very easily. They seem to shed water pretty good. Unless, of course, obviously, if it goes down the top of the boot. But, and other than the toe box not fitting my toe, they are fairly comfortable boots. Again, that memory foam works really nice inside. Some more pluses, especially compared to my CDs, right? It's easier, simpler construction. There's not 10 million parts. The insides are nice, soft, sticky rubber and fairly featureless, which I want. I don't want the inside of my boot to get hung up on anything on the bike. And on those fronts, the Gaerne SG12s kind of knock it out of the park. A couple things I don't like about the boot, obviously, and I keep saying this, my foot, right? On my foot, they're a little bit tight in the toe, especially like right on my pinky toe. They are not quite as comfortable all the way through on my foot as the CDs. Now, the CDs I've had those for 3 years, and a good part of their construction is leather, and they've kind of molded to my feet. So it's really not fair to judge these guys as uncomfortable. It's not that they're not comfortable, they're just not as comfortable. But I am going to keep wearing them. I'm going to, give them a full year and do a real, honest to God, adventure ride on them, where it's a couple days or a week in the boots. And we'll see after that what I think of them. They're also kind of hot, but then my CDs are hot as well. I joked around with Brian that I was going to go ahead and just drill a bunch of holes in the bottom, and he said that was fine, so maybe I'll go drill holes in my boots. The buckles on these are different. Alpenstar has the buckle. CD buckles are pretty good, but they're kind of pointy and they can hurt sometimes when you put them on. These buckles are somewhere in between. So they don't go on like the Alpenstars, and they don't lock as positively as the CD buckles do. I did have one of these guys pop open on me one time. It hasn't happened again, but they don't, like when you go to push it in, they don't quite settle. You got to kind of kind of wiggle it. Sometimes they just go right on, right? And sometimes they go in and you got to kind of wiggle it. So the buckles are okay. I haven't had any other problems with them. I'm just not that impressed with them. So, are these the ultimate adventure boot, which is what you're here to say? In my opinion, if they fit my toes better, they would be. They would be, sure. But they don't, and I'm not sure that I would want to wear these for like a week at a time, 8, 10, 12 hours a day riding in them. But I haven't done that yet, so it's hard to say. If these fit your feet and you've got narrow feet, then you're going to love these things. They really are a nice boot. And again, super protective. Everything you want a motocross boot to do, these guys are going to do, and look good doing it. And it looks like they're going to last a while, only because there's not a lot of pieces to break or come off, unlike the CDs. So my conclusion is the jury is still out, and I don't actually have a conclusion for you. I still feel that you need to get a boot that is going to fit your foot, and a motocross boot that's going to fit your foot. These are great boots. They don't quite fit my foot. So, I know you want me to tell you what to buy. That's not a thing I do. I'm going to tell you the pluses and minuses, and I'm going to go let you figure this stuff out. Last word, and I feel I need to do this for Brian at Atomic Moto. The last word is, when you go buy boots, go try them, go out to dealerships and actually try them on, because every boot manufacturer uses a last last to build their boots. And if you're looking for motocross boots, right, their toes are plastic. They're plastic, so they're not going to give at all. There's no breaking the foot part of it in. Now, flexion wise, right, this is all leather here, so that'll break in a little bit, but these already have pretty good flex. Oh, and they squeak. I've never had a pair of motocross boots that didn't squeak. But anyways, back to my original point was, get a boot that fits your foot, and man, I just can't talk today. Get a motocross boot that fits your foot. Learn how to shift in a slightly stiffer boot. You might have to move your shifter up. But again, the first time you crash and the bike and your panniers and all your luggage comes down on your foot, you go right ahead and you send me an email thanking me for saving your ankle. Okay? As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for having some patience with this video. I'm really struggling with words today. Words in a coherent order are hard today. And that's it. That's my final word on the Gaerne SG12. Super protective, really quality boots. A couple little minor things that are like meh, and then narrow last for my foot. Okay, that's it. I'm out. I'm gonna go get dinner. Yeah.